the November Iconbox by Ipsy. The name will be changing soon. I will put their little post here. Their name is going to change from the Iconbox to the Ipsy Ultimate. I think they kind of want to streamline everything back to Ipsy and get away from the BoxyCharm type of names. But this month we have one of my favorite makeup artists as the icon, and it is Miss Natasha Denona. I have a ton of her palettes. I have decluttered very few of them because for the most part I do highly enjoy her formula. I kind of get into it in the try on portion, so I will leave that for that time. But she chose quite a few products and a lot of them were really great. I have been wanting to try this new foundation from her, but I'm trying to use up a lot of my makeup before doing so. But we have a foundation, her concealer has great reviews as well. And then she picked some of her favorite skincare and makeup products. I'm gonna go through the ones that I got. First off is this bad boy right here. I'm sorry that the box is all open. I could not figure out how to put it back in, but I used this during the try on portion. It's actually what I have underneath my foundation today. And this is the 8 Faces Skin Brightener Brilliance Serum. It has lotus vitamin C and is supposed to illuminate your skin, and boy does it. This bad boy right here is for the dry skin girlies. If you have oily skin, you might want to use this at night, because if not, it might be way too hydrating for you, if you know what I mean. It's gonna maybe look like you got a little too excessive of oils on your skin and went running or something like that. For somebody who has dry skin like me, this is gonna absorb a lot better, and I just feel like it gave a really nice canvas for my dry skin. Really nice and hydrating, but it is on the oilier side for those with more oily skin, but really nice. And I did try this on the try on portion, and this has a lot of different oils in it for the skin. It has vitamin C, rose hip, pomegranate oil, and just gives a radiance and hydration to the skin. So I'm super excited that she put that bad boy in there. Next, we have something that I was pleasantly surprised. I was thinking of not using it and just giving this away, but I'm glad that I did use it. This is the Dr. Jart Ceramidin Skin Barrier Moisturizing Eye Cream. I haven't used a lot of Dr. Jart, but I have to say I am pleasantly surprised by this. And this looked super thick. Like if you look, it looks super thick in here, but when you actually touch it, it is so thin, which makes it perfect for underneath makeup. I understand totally now why she added this or picked this for her picks. I am excited to keep using this because I am always searching for something good underneath my concealer. I have hit that age where once you set concealer, it can look really dry. And I set it with the tiniest amount of powder now, but this makes me excited to test this out underneath my makeup. I did it today, and I have to say I really like the way it looks. You're gonna still see my fine lines and everything, but I feel like it doesn't look as dry, which is a plus. Another thing that I really like about this packaging is that it actually closes and like locks, which I enjoy. I feel like most products need this now, this little locking system, just because it really helps put that hydration into products. I wish that ColourPop did this with their Super Shocks, and a lot of other brands did this with eyeliners and cream products, because it will help the longevity. So I'm excited to keep trying that baby right there. Next is the Persona tubing mascara. This came in this little baggie right here. It's actually what I have on my eyelashes. I will say I had to go in there with my She Glam one. I also went in with my Maybelline one because I had some difficulty getting this to work for me. You guys will see it in the try on portion. I will continue to give it a go. I'm not sure if it's the formula or the wand, but I really try to get in there. I am someone who builds up mascara, and this one was a little bit more difficult for me. I love a good tubing mascara. I will continue to give this a go, but first impression, it gave a lot of volume towards the base of the lashes, but not enough lengthening and like extending that volume all the way through the lashes. So this one, first impression, was not that great. Next we have the lip products. First, we're going to start off what I have on my lips. Well, I have both of these on my lips, but the main color that I have is this. This is the Laura Mercier Caviar Smoothing Matte Lipstick in the shade Blush Chenille. And you guys will see it in the try on portion. At first, this did not look flattering. It is beautiful. The packaging is gorgeous. The shade is a beautiful everyday kind of pinky, like a neutral pink. It's very, very gorgeous, but once you hit a certain age, your lips, they need moisture. They need a little bit more kind of slip to it, a little bit more not as matte, and this definitely looks matte. You guys will see it first applied before I add hydration to it, and it was not very flattering. So I will keep it, but it's something that I do with most matte products nowadays, is that I have to either have a lip balm underneath or something hydrating above it, or something shimmery on top of it, just to really make it work for me and look more flattering. With that said, we also got the Natasha Denona Golden Glimmer Gloss. It is a lip plumper, so you do want to be cautious. It does sting a little bit. I use it very sparingly, and I definitely felt the plumping effect, the kind of tingling to the lips. And this is in the, I think this is the only shade. So it's called Shimmering Lip Plumper, and it's the golden one. It's this beautiful shimmery gold. I didn't want it to be affected by the shade that I already had on, so I went ahead and applied it with a brush. But you guys will see that in the try on portion. Really nice. I do love a good plumper, and this one is nice. I would have liked, and I really want more brands to create wands that are kind of like that silicone. I just feel like it's really convenient, just because you can wipe it off and then be able to apply gloss on top of anything you want. I prefer that to these type of regular wands that get dirty immediately. Then we have the Bisha. You guys are gonna laugh when I get to the try on portion because I mentioned something about the name, but this is the Essential Eye Designer Duo. I was hoping that these were going to be regular eyeliners, but these are felt tip liners for the eye. I say this time and time again. If you guys have been watching me, you're probably like sick of hearing me say this, but I prefer bristles to felt tips. This one is nice just because it's nice and sturdy, and it isn't too big, which is nice for my small eye. So I will be keeping it. I use the black one in the try on portion, and we also have a really nice brown shade. Let me go ahead and swatch these. But the black is a black, and the brown is almost like that really dark brown, almost not black fully, but a really nice dark brown. So really great shade for every day. And then we have the two star products. I don't know who to go for first. Okay, we'll go for this one because I feel like everyone and their mother wants to know what palette it is. I'm not sure if she's gonna have different palettes in each one, just because in this little pamphlet, all I see is the one that I got, which is the Yucca. I didn't have this palette, so this is a win for me. And this is the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I like the colors here just because it really represents what's on the inside. And I love these small palettes of hers. I have quite a few of them in my collection already, and this one's a lot of fun and has a lot of greens turning like goldish yellow. It kind of reminds me of her old school palette that had blues and greens and kind of like those golds. Let me pull that one. Okay, now that I pulled it out, I feel dumb because this is the OG gold palette and I thought it looked similar. I guess we have, you know, they could work really well together, but this one definitely has like more blues and golds, and this one really leans a lot more green tone. But I absolutely love her formula, and so I was super excited about it. You can tell by my eyes, this is what I used today, and that is in the try on portion. So I'm super excited to have another one of her babies in my collection. And then the last thing before we jump into the try on portion is the Natasha Denona Pastel Plexi Glow Highlighter. I really think that the packaging is super cute, even though you can see all the fingerprints on it. Just like the color is really cute. And then we have the highlighter, which is a beautiful cut of pearl with gold undertones to it. It's actually the highlight that I have on top right now. You can really get a blinding highlight from this or more of a natural one depending on how much you apply. So really, really beautiful. She does a spectacular job with her makeup line. So yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into the try on portion and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. For the try on portion, we're gonna use 8 Faces. It's a serum. I'm just gonna put, it's very watery so I can't really show you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and try this out on my face. It has a really nice smell to it. Almost like a floral scent. It's very, very light though. I will say, just by seeing how this reacts on my dry skin, that if you have oily skin, you wanna use this at night. I don't mind having quite a bit of hydration just because I do have such dry skin. And I feel like my foundation and everything will apply even better just because it helps with those dry spots. Along with that, we have the Dr. Jart Eye Cream. And this is quite a big packaging for an eye cream. It will last you a few years. Wow. It looks very thick, but it's actually very thin. It looks thick in the packaging, but it's a very nice thin one. So hopefully this will apply, this will go nicely underneath my concealer today. We shall see. The Iconbox, we of course had the iconic Natasha Denona, so of course we were gonna have one of her palettes. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I got the Yucca one, which I didn't own already, which is a plus for me. This is a very fun color story. It's very yellow. We have some browns in there, but it's mainly like a yellowish, kind of like a tropical vibe. It has like those yellows and greens. So let's see what we can get out. I might change my shirt later because I don't really feel like it goes with my outfit today, but let's see. I'm just gonna go for it. And I'm going to use first Citrine, which is this gorgeous kind of green. And I'm gonna apply that on the inner Oh, I thought that was gonna be a little bit brighter. It's okay. We're just gonna wing it. It's gonna be okay. And then I'm going to connect that with, let me go ahead and use another brush. We're gonna connect that with, ooh, I can't decide. There's so many fun colors here. Maybe I'm just gonna go in with Valley, which is that brown. Her shades are always really nice, soft, blendable. I feel like she finally learned to stop playing around with her formula. I feel like for a while there, she kept experimenting, changing some of the formulas, and people weren't as happy. And I kind of noticed it on, I think it was like some of my little mini palettes from her, but I have always loved Natasha Denona. It's kind of like Pat McGrath and certain different brands. Either you love their formula or you might think they're overhyped, but I really enjoy her formula. I absolutely love every palette that I have from her. I have yet to, no, I did declutter. I decluttered, I want to say, a few of the 5 quads, and some of the mini ones, but they were the ones that I felt like she played around with the formula and kind of switched it up. Next, we are gonna go in with, I wanna say this Ray shade. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put that on the inner corner, just using my finger. Oh, that's pretty. It's a beautiful, like, goldish green. And next I'm gonna go in with Maquia, which is a gorgeous, another gold green, but leans more green. And I really appreciate my finger for using shimmer eyeshadows, either that or a natural hairbrush, but there's nothing like your fingers. And then last, I think I'm going to put this Calathea, which is a matte green. I'm just gonna use my finger to just pat it down a little bit and then go in and blend. Let me go ahead. Maybe it'll, I think it's almost like a little dry. Yeah, like the pan is a little dry. It picks up better with a brush. I am going to blend this all. I usually cut this out because it takes way too much time, because I will just like blend and blend and blend. I try not to over blend because then you might end up with nothing, but I really like to blend the shadows together. So either I'll fast forward this just a little bit or just skip to when it's done. Next we have these eyeliners. I'm gonna go ahead and use the black one and just do a small line here on top. These are from the brand Bisha. I laugh a little bit every time I say that because in Puerto Rico that's a slang word, bicha. Bicha. So let me know how this is pronounced. I want to say it's pronounced Bisha. Bisha. We're gonna say it more English. And when I say it's a slang, it's a Puerto Rican slang. Just don't think it's related to every country, because you might say that somewhere else and they're like, what the hell's that? My eye is watering and pissed off at me. Next, we're also going to try the Persona tubing mascara. If you know me, I love a good tubing mascara. Right now I have a few in rotation that I've been really testing out. Should I do a ranking tubing mascaras? You know what the hell? I'm gonna do a ranking tubing mascaras because your girl loves a tubing mascara, and I have tried quite a few brands from drugstore to high end. So I will rank the ones that I've tried up till now. I usually try not to judge a mascara the very first time. I can give you my first impression, but I feel like as you use a mascara, that's when you know. The more you use it, you can see if you're able to build it up. I am someone who uses mascara and really builds it up. I do quite a few coats. I don't go just on one coat. Even in college, I used to buy 2 or 3 different Maybelline CoverGirl ones and mix them all together. I don't know why this is not really working out for me. Usually I use a technique of really, you know, kind of wiggling and brushing out. And especially with tubing mascaras, I usually get a good amount of volume and length, but this one is not doing it for me. This is just my first impression of it. I will continue to use, because sometimes, you know, you just gotta give it a break first and then continue to use it and maybe it gets a little bit better. It's not too wet of a formula, but it's not too dry either, but it's just kind of like, I feel like the volume is mainly on the bottom of the lash, and then it's not really accentuating the lashes as much as I want it to. And I've tried quite a few tubing mascaras and have really enjoyed the majority of them. So I had high hopes for this one. Next, we are going into Natasha Denona again. I love the color of this packaging. It's a gorgeous kind of greenish teal, and this is her highlight. This is the Pastel Plexi Glow Highlighter. And it looks like a really beautiful, almost iridescent type of white. We shall see. I'm gonna apply this on. Ooh, that's pretty. It is blinding if you apply too much, just like I did right now. But it is pretty. It almost gives off like a gold vibe to it. It's like a white with a gold finish to it. Let me go ahead and swatch it on my finger. Yeah, it's kind of like that white gold type of highlight. Really, really pretty. I like it. You just have to be a little subtle with it. I'll probably, by the time I finish my face, you guys will see this a little bit less in your face because I probably will go in with a little bit of powder to bring it down. Next, we're going to go in with the lippies. We have two of them. First, we have the Laura Mercier Caviar Smoothing Matte Lipstick in Blush Chenille. The packaging is very high-end luxe. It just... I think this is magnetic. Oh yeah, this is really, she just looks bougie. And it actually says LM, Laura Mercier. It looks like a beautiful, I'm kind of scared because matte is not your friend as you get lines and older. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell that you can see all the texture all up in my lips. So as I do with most matte products, I would use a gloss. Thankfully, Natasha Denona already in her icon box gave us her Golden Glimmer Gloss. Hopefully this has a spatula. Oh no, it doesn't. I'm gonna go ahead, I don't want to get this dirty. And what I'm gonna do is take the product from there and apply it with a brush. I feel like this has a, yeah, it's a lip plumper. As soon as I put it on, I could just tell that it was a lip plumper. It has that minty kind of feel to it. I'm just doing a light application because I don't know how much this is going to burn. I can already feel it tingling. And just to kind of really give hydration to the lips and take away some of that matte look. And that way it doesn't look as wrinkly and has so much texture on my lips. But I think that those are all the products. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off everything and jump into my final thoughts. For my final thoughts, I have to say this is a win for me, even though some of the products aren't necessarily my favorite or work for me, but I can make them work for me. I have to say I love the palette, her highlighter, her lip gloss. The two skincare products were a win for me, especially because I have more dry skin and have issues in those areas. I have to say the ones that I'm kind of iffy about are mainly the mascara, the Persona one. We'll see when it comes to, you know, continuous use if I find a way of making it work for me and really like it. If not, it will be something like today that I can pair with another mascara and make it work. I love the lipstick, even though by itself it's something that I wouldn't be able to use. And then the eyeliners, they're nice. They're not my preference, but I do see people enjoying them just because they're small and really precise, and you get two shades in here that are very universal. But overall, a really, really great box. I'm just super excited to have another Natasha Denona palette. I know that that's going to depend if you like Natasha Denona's formulas. whether this is going to be a winner for you or not. But for me personally, it is. I'd love to hear from you down below. Let me know, did everyone get the Yucca palette? Or did you guys get a different one? What were your choice products? I'd love to hear from you down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, for subscribing. It's free to subscribe. All you gotta do is hit that little red button. I have my socials down below if you want to follow me over on Instagram mainly. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.